Let me tell you of the days of high adventure.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm John.
And I'm Kevin.
And this is 6 Degrees of Schwarzenegger, the podcast where we take a long, hard look at some of our favorite action movies from the era of Arnold.
Schwarzenegger is the icon of the genre, and we're taking a deep dive into some of these 80s and 90s cult action movies and breaking them all the way down.
What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the podcast. This is 6 Degrees of Schwarzenegger. As you heard in the intro, this is John and Kevin, and we're very glad that you're back with us. Kevin, I'm glad to see you.
I'm happy that we're both back.
Yeah, definitely.
What are you sipping on?
We're drinking that Dickel. We're sipping on the Dickel Barrel Select.
It's tasty.
And it's delicious. It's
little Tennessee whiskey.
Yeah, it puts me in the mood for this movie that we're talking about particularly, just because it seems like in every other scene, which is just chocked full of 80s excess and like businessmen in suits in backdoor clubs and shit, drinking brown liquor from glasses. It seemed apropos.
I dig it.
Yeah.
And a special hello also to everyone who's listening to us on the Last of the Action Heroes podcast network.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah. We're happy to be here.
Definitely.
We've got a lot of old goodies on our own 6 Degrees of Schwarzenegger feed if you want to try to catch up on what you've been missing out on.
Yep.
And then also, if you're listening to us on our feed, check out the podcast network. If you like what we're doing, then there's probably a whole lot of other stuff over there that you'll like. A lot of Stallone love, which we abide. We
tolerate it barely.
Yeah, there's Dolph Lundgren themed podcast, Seagal themed podcast, Bruce Willis and James Bond. They're picking the Rocky movies apart minute by minute.
I love
over
that.
there.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you got more spare time after you're done listening to us, check out the podcast network because they're awesome.
Got nothing but time. So speaking of great. And by great, I mean mediocre,
acceptable
80s Arnold vehicles.
Yeah.
This is a series. This is the third part of our series of 1986's Raw Deal.
Just by the very nature of Arnold's presence in the film, it elevates it.
Yeah.
Beyond, if this was a Charles Bronson movie or some shit like that, or Chuck Norris or whoever else was trying to kick ass and failing.
I can imagine with Charles Bronson or Chuck Norris, this movie would just immediately look cheaper.
If Charles Bronson had been like the Harry Shannon character or something, that could have been cool. If he had been awesome. Like a supporting, like a passing the torch.
Right. So I guess I'll get us caught up a little bit on what we loosely call a plot. So
what passes for a plot?
In the last act, Kaminski, after having faked his death, infiltrates the Patrovita crime family. He's trying to ingratiate himself to Patrovita's number 2, Rocca.
It's all a ruse.
To the dismay of Rocca's chief lieutenant, Max Keller. We also see that the Patrovita family is getting moved in on by this Polish gangster, Lemansky, who used to work for Patrovita, but Patrovita's not having that. This town is definitely not big enough for the two of us.
Accurate.
So Kaminski ingratiates himself, like gets his foot in the door by causing Lemansky some shit in one of his like underground casinos and stealing his girlfriend's jewelry. And then upon meeting Rocca, we think that Max Keller tried to have Kaminski killed in a back alley.
Yes.
And which was witnessed by some cops who we think are going to turn up later, we guess.
Yeah, they crop up periodically whenever it's convenient.
And then while Brenner / Kaminski was inside,
Joey Pussy Brenner
was inside the casino Roca / Patrovita's casino, he meets Monique, who's just, there are all kinds of red flags. This is a woman you should probably not be trying to like talk to because she's not good with money. She's drinking, she's smoking, she seems kind of sad. I don't know. Anyway, by the end of the last chapter, Roca agrees to give Brenner, Joseph Pussy Brenner, his audition to join the troupe. The
stakes are high. It's impress us or we'll kill you.
Impress us or you're gonna die, and that basically gets us caught up.
Yeah.
Did you get all that?
If not, tough shit.
Tough shit. Drink your bourbon and shut up.
Plowing forward.
We gotta go.
So as Kaminski is waiting on the curb for his car to be brought around outside the club, we've got Monique comes walking out.
Yeah.
I don't know what she's wearing. It was basically like a lingerie with a blazer over the top of it.
Yeah, that's sort of, yeah.
Low cut as hell. I mean, she was cutting a nice figure.
She looks fantastic.
So he asks her how she fared the other night when he seemed to have given her like roughly $20,000 in chips.
Right.
On his way out the door. She seems to indicate that she lost it all.
I'd probably stop talking to her, right?
We're talking big time red flags, like fucking degenerate gambler.
You lost $20,000?
Like in the span of a day or two? If she's got it, she's going to lose it, apparently.
That's not great.
So she sort of hints that tonight was more of the same. Kaminski suggests to her that she ought to find a different...
I love that.
She ought to look for a different type of recreation.
Yeah.
You know, he tells her the exercise from tennis might make her feel better. It's like he is all about
fitness,
telling his women how they should diet and exercise.
It's not a good look.
No, it's not.
It doesn't go over well.
It's not charming.
Have you tried vacuuming? That might make you feel better.
What's for dinner? So as her car pulls up, a taxi, she gives him like a long stare down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She wants to climb him like a jungle gym.
She is forward, and I'm into it.
Yeah.
But so he sort of chuckles and tells that cabbie, we won't be needing you, slips him a little bit of money and sends him on his way.
That's great.
She says to him, well, you're a real take charge guy. And then that saxophone riff, like,
yeah, women love that,
up.
Or so I've heard. I don't know. Yeah.
Cut to, I guess this is Monique's place.
I get that vibe as well.
They're polishing off their third bottle of champagne.
That is an awesome night. I love that. That is my speed right there.
I would be shit-faced.
I fucking love champagne.
Yeah?
Yeah, like when I have gone out with like some friend groups on occasion in bygone days where some friends like maintained that it's like, regardless of if you're drinking, as long as you separate each alcohol beverage that you have with a glass of champagne, it offsets.
Well, sometimes they do say like the fizzy can settle your stomach in some way.
But it's like, that's the worst logic ever. It's like,
it's all mixing together.
Yeah, it's like,
it's not like a film.
I'm just saying, it's like champagne. I love champagne. And
so I'm assuming that he's probably had 2 bottles himself and she's probably had 1. Like if they're, you know, he just ought to be putting away more than her. 2 bottles would knock you on your ass.
Yeah,
right?
2, like I can drink 2 bottles of wine in a night by myself.
Shit.
But that's like by the end of the second bottle, it's like I'm drunk.
Yeah.
And I haven't done that in a long time, by the way. So if you're listening to this, don't be worried about me. Those days are over.
Send help.
Those days are over.
So Kaminski seems to be making a joke.
Yeah.
It's not funny, but he's talking about, you know, basically who needs sleeping pills when there's champagne.
Yeah. I guess. Okay.
Then Monique says, does that mean you're ready for bed? And he awkwardly is like, sort of delivers, I think so. I don't know if he's like, he is ready to cheat on that wife or not.
Right.
I don't know, but they stumble towards the bedroom. This has all the makings of the worst sex ever.
Yeah, everyone's very giggly and staggering around and bumping into walls and shit.
I've never been blackout drunk and had a good experience.
No. Or even like very drunk.
Yeah.
And had a great experience. It's like, So
Kaminski says, I like this. You know what I like about bedrooms?
No, what?
You almost always find a bed in there.
the funniest joke I've ever heard. Funniest joke she's ever heard.
It works on Monique, but she is ready.
Yeah.
She is primed.
Yeah, exactly.
She starts to undress Kaminski, and he passes out.
He's like
on
giggling
her.
and then passing out. Yeah.
Her reaction to his physique seemed about right.
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh my God." When she took
You're
his
all
shirt
swollen.
off.
Are you allergic to something?
You look like you're ready to explode. Man, the thud of his head hitting the shelves behind the bed was
It's
a good
comedic.
comic, like a good comic moment.
Yeah, she's disappointed that he's passed out, but she like gets him into bed and like throws his feet up there.
So, do you think? Okay, was it real or was he faking it so he didn't have to cheat?
I think
Or do you think that was a legit? I'm this drunk and I passed out.
I think he's faking it.
Me too.
Yeah,
I'm with you on that. Okay.
I think that Arnold is superhuman and metabolizes alcohol so fast that he's like he can't get drunk.
it was like they said of Andre the Giant.
Yeah, he could
Like
just
he
drink
drank
and drink and
100
drink.
beers and he just never got drunk.
That's the life.
I guess.
No, I'm just kidding.
That's
It's
an
not the
expensive life.
That would be terrible.
So as Kaminski is like snoring loudly in the bedroom, we got Monique. She's on the phone out in the room, sort of rooting through Brenner's pockets.
Right. She's reading off numbers on different forms of
Yeah.
ID, including his passport. Why the fuck is he carrying his passport around?
Don't know.
Okay.
This is a shady bitch, though.
Yeah, for
She's
real.
Shiesty.
It's very, very weird.
So she's feeding the information, all of his details, to someone on the phone. Kaminski now, he pokes his head out of the bedroom, still sort of making those snoring noises, which that makes me think, yeah, he was faking it, right?
Yeah, totally.
Monique is verifying that her recon work has wiped out $1,000 of her debt.
Yeah, $1,000 worth of dirty work done just now.
Uh-huh. So she hangs up. Brenner ducks his head back in the bedroom.
Right.
It reminded me a little bit of in that This Is the End movie when Danny McBride is like eavesdropping. He's like, I hear everything. It's just like I wanted him to say something.
Yeah.
So
I hear you.
cut to Patrovita is on the phone with somebody having a coded conversation about the whereabouts of some missing keys that he needs to fix a broken water heater.
Yeah, apparently the call does not go like you want it because he's like furiously slamming the phone down.
It's the worst coded message I've ever heard.
Right.
Like, what the fuck is he, a plumber?
Right, I guess
He's
that's what it's
taking
supposed-
calls himself with his penthouse office about broken water
It's
heaters?
so stupid that he doesn't take that call himself. I don't care.
No.
It's so stupid.
Yeah.
I wonder if
it's like,
Wanamaker was like, I want to say more of these lines myself.
he's the worst mobster I've ever seen. He's personally making calls from his own office. Mr. Petrovita, why were you calling this law enforcement person? This is your listen to the tape. I just needed to ask about some missing keys so I could repair his water heater.
Yeah.
Like, you can't be making this call from your own office yourself, presumably to this guy's like own house or whatever. Oh man. But so an angry Patrovita, he slams the phone down. He tells Roca, we gave $1 million to our mole, to give us the location of that informant that we
Marcelino.
killed back in the cold open. So now he's playing dumb about the impounded money and drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Roca says, well, maybe the mole just doesn't like what Petrovita's got planned.
For the picture that Harry painted of Roca seems like a very sensible guy.
Yeah.
Harry's like, he's a bloodthirsty killer who killed for no reason, but Roca's like the only person in the movie that's got some sense.
Yeah, that's more like the goon Keller is the just the maniac.
Right.
Anyway, maybe they added another character into the mix.
Yeah, you're
in a later
probably
draft
right.
or something. But so Patrovita, he says it doesn't matter because the mole is in it too deep to get out now.
Right.
Roca continues to try to talk him out of it, but Petrovita's got his mind made up, basically. I feel like there was such a missed opportunity here when I'm watching it as a cold viewer, I was thinking, like, oh, Roca's secretly working against Patrovita. Like, he's probably working with Lemansky to try to undermine Patrovita or something, because this guy's out of control and he needs to not be in charge anymore. Like, but this movie didn't have that sort of complicated thoughts on its mind, I don't think.
No.
Now, cut to Kaminski and Keller. They're rolling up to this bar, Kinks. It's like a gay club.
Right.
There's a drag show going on stage, a lot of mingling in the crowd.
I love it.
They roll up, ask the bartender, where is this dude named Metzger?
Yeah, we need to see Metzger, please.
The bartender's no help. Man, Kaminski never not smoking a cigar.
Oh, yeah.
So they survey the scene here in the club. Keller spots, I guess, Metzger.
The Metzger guy, yeah.
He tries to run. They chase after him, chase him upstairs.
As they run off, the bartender makes a quick call, we're worried about this situation, and makes a phone call.
Oh, did he make a call?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe to the police?
Yeah, I think that's why.
All right, that makes some later shit make sense. So they burst into this dressing room. It's filled with half-dressed drag queens.
This is your nudity.
This
topless drag queens.
See, I think this movie, this is a little outside the box for this type of flick.
Yeah.
Right? Normally it would be a straight up strip club, and this would be another chance for some gratuitous nudity. But this movie is zigging when you think it's going to zag or something. I'm into it.
I like it a lot.
Now Keller grabs Metzger, tells him he hears that this guy's been giving money to Lemansky.
Right.
The guy basically says, look, Lemansky said he's going to burn the place down if I don't pay him. And Keller's roughing him up. I love the moment he knocks him into the counter and a drink spills on Keller, and then that makes Keller extra mad.
Yeah, Keller's going to fucking kill him.
Look what you did to me.
Yeah, he pulls a switchblade. He's ready to kill the guy.
He steps in. He takes charge. I think clearly trying to avoid a more violent outcome.
Keeping him away from Keller.
Kaminski, he grabs the dude and he slides him down the whole length of the vanity there, and he throws some red liquid on the guy's face. I don't know if it's nail polish or lip liner or what. I don't know. He basically tells him, he shows his face in the mirror, and he tells him, this is what you're going to look like when you're dead, and stop paying Lemansky. Then Keller leans in. He says, when I burn this whole place down, you're going to be inside, pal.
Cold-blooded.
They kind of work well together. Yeah. This duo, I thought.
Yeah, I thought so too.
They played well off each other, with some good two enforcers finding their rhythm.
I kind of wish that there'd be an Arnold Schwarzenegger, Robert Davi movie. They'd be great together.
Now, as they're leaving, though, clearly Keller was not happy.
Yeah.
He says, get in my way again and I'll kill you. And then Kaminski says, I hope you're not your mother's only child. Another kind of just shitty one-liner.
Yeah.
Is it because I'm going to kill you and then your mom will be sad? Is that what it means?
Let's just say that D'Souza was not in the writing room whipping up the one-liners for Arnold.
The jokes land at a pretty low rate in this movie.
But it's mostly Arnold's jokes that land flat. A lot of other people have great lines.
I think he loses his rhythm. He had some good ones, like when he was driving that tow truck earlier, and he's like, oh, thank you very much. Can you please move out of the way there?
When he's being a little doofy, it works, but it's there's a lack of kiss-off lines in this movie as well.
Yeah, it doesn't have the Arnold vibes that we expect, I guess, the commando vibes.
Right.
I like this as they're leaving, the drag queens are tending to the battered club owner.
Yeah.
And there's that kind of coffee talk accent. Mr. Metzger, are you all right? I don't like that Schwarzenegger is shorter than Robert Davi.
Right.
That just, he's supposed to tower among those around him, but you cast another tall guy with him, and all of a sudden he seems normal size.
Just seems a regular guy.
So back on the dance floor of the club, Keller and Kaminski, they bump into the cop.
Yeah, Baker's back.
Baker's there. He says, we got a call. There was some trouble brewing. They were there quick.
Yeah. They probably had the place staked out, too. They're probably following around fucking Keller.
That shit would make more sense, right? That we were tailing you guys.
Yeah, exactly. They're tailing Keller.
I'm going to assume that he's lying when he says we got a call. But
no, he did from the bartender.
I mean, he says that, but how? I guess it got relayed to him. If you're the team that's on the stakeout, you're not responding to disturbance
No, but I mean,
calls.
if that person calls whoever is working the case in the precinct, and then they immediately relay the call,
I would still think they would send a black and white because you don't want to tip your presence.
True. That's true.
I don't know.
Yeah, I've never investigated a case before, a mob case. Baker,
he calls Kaminski by his name, Joey P. Brenner.
I love that.
Is it it's says he's been mixing with bad company here, basically.
You're hanging out with trash.
Later on in the movie, not to give spoilers, but later on in the movie, the cop outright says, I always suspected you were a cop, to Kaminski. And now, if he thought that, there's no way he would call him, I think, by name that, for all he knows, could be his real identity. He doesn't know that Brenner's a fake, right?
Yeah, I guess he wouldn't just assume, that he wouldn't assume that that's a false ID.
I just think that, that could get him in trouble. If he had told these guys his name was Vito or something, then he's like, oh, it's Joey P. Brenner.
Right.
Anyway, As they walk out, Keller wants to know, how do you know that cop? And Kaminski says, the cop, he stopped me in the alley after your goons tried to take me down.
It's awesome.
Yeah. Now we cut to a very foggy golf course.
Yeah.
Lemansky's fumbling around in a sand trap.
Not a good golfer.
Major golf rules violations are happening too, because he keeps grounding his club in the sand trap. That's 2 strokes per time, I think. And he's just like fucking around.
Everyone turn around. Don't watch me.
They seem to be discussing Kaminski.
Right.
They're talking about the new guy working for Patrovita. Lemansky says he wants an example made of this guy. He wants it public and messy. He says that's kind of
He's cutthroat.
That's disturbing.
Yeah.
He continues to suck at golf.
Just getting mad and throw. I love when he like chucks the club, just like flings it.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
This feels like a movie where someone says we need a rewrite to add more laughs, and they just added some really out of sort of context comedy.
Yeah.
To the movie.
All the comedy. It's like when it happens, it's like I'm so confused by this movie, but okay.
Like it feels like there's just now we're making him sort of a goofy doofus.
Yeah, like Lemansky's a dork.
Yeah. So at night, we got Kaminski and Monique. They're arriving at this lavish party, mansion, lots of limos.
Right.
This looks like it's going to be fun. Fucking unconvincing.
Okay.
Monique is
if you
complaining.
Say so, tell your face.
Well, Monique, tell your face. Monique is complaining that a lot of Patrovita's friends are a real pain in the neck. And he says, "You're with the main man."
Oh my God.
If you have any trouble, you let me know.
Have you ever told someone
you're with the main man?
Are you going to make it with the main man?
That is a strange thing to say.
You're with the main man.
Inside, there's this child.
I can't tell if it's is it a child's birthday party?
I think so.
Their children having their picture taken by a professional photographer.
Like with this
it's
garish sort of pageant makeup on.
Like it's a red carpet event. I can't tell what's happening
this
at the event.
child is striking poses in there for the photographer.
I don't get it.
Roca,
is it bat mitzvah? I don't know,
man.
These are Italians. It couldn't be.
No, it's like maybe it's like a whatever. It's not even a sweet 16 because that kid was young.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Whatever it is. Roca approaches, tells Kaminski that Patrovita would like to meet him.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Like, you just got here. Boss wants to see you.
Boss wants to see you. He says, "Be right back," which is almost an "I'll be back."
It's like there are 3 almost "I'll be backs" in this movie.
I don't know if that was tongue-in-cheek, if they knew they were doing it, but didn't want to fully commit.
Had to have.
Oh, man, just commit. So as Roca walks Kaminski away, a obviously drunken Keller appears. He asks that photographer to take a picture of the 3 of us. Then he strangely puts his arm around Kaminski's shoulder and tugs on his ear.
That's a good way to lose a hand.
I feel like when I saw that happen, I was like, "Oh, John's not gonna like that."
The way that Arnold jerks back, I was like, "That would have been me." I'd have been like, "Motherfucker,
what are you doing?
We're about to brawl in the middle of this child's birthday party."
Kaminski's not having it.
No.
I like the moment where Roca tells Keller he's having too much fun. Go eat something.
I do too.
It's like, that's pretty good code talk for you're drunk. Get your fucking shit together.
You're drunk, you bitch. Go eat a snack.
So Keller and Kaminski, they bicker at each other some more as Roca's leading Kaminski away. Man, if you're Roca and you appreciate Keller, there's just no reason to keep Brenner around.
Agreed.
Like, these two don't mix.
Unless Roca is the kind of guy that's literally like, this guy's got some piss and bravado. He is somebody that I can use for something.
He's fearless, I guess.
And then if he dies, I don't care.
I should also say, because I think we use Brenner and Kaminski interchangeably,
right.
We should remind us listeners, those are the same person. That's both Arnold. That's like Brenner is his fake identity.
Right.
It's his double,
his second
triple
of 3
identity or whatever the fuck is going on here. Now, Kaminski and Roca, they enter this nice, sort of wood-walled smoking room, sort of office.
Yeah.
Badass. Patrovita's in there lighting a cigar. Elsewhere, Keller is pushing up on Monique, asking her for information on Brenner, which she doesn't seem to have.
Right.
Keller's like, "I want you."
She's like, "Yeah, we tried
Monique,
that."
Yeah, interesting little backstory. Apparently, Monique and Keller used to be an item.
They used to bone.
That didn't work out.
I got her saying, "You remember we tried that?" And I wondered if it's they tried to fuck, and maybe he couldn't get it up. He's impotent. Could be. There's some things going on under the surface with Keller. He's got inferiority issues. Oh, big time. Yeah.
So clearly,
it's the cocaine.
True.
Kills an erection. I don't know anything about that.
Nor do I. Now, clearly, I guess it was Keller that had her spying.
Yeah.
So Keller says, I'll wipe out your debt if you go home with me.
Yeah, even more than the $1,000 you were asking for. I'll wipe out
I wonder
all
how
your
big her
debt.
debt is.
Tens of thousands of dollars.
She might consider that deal. But back in the office, Patrovita is more or less doing a job interview.
Right.
Again, collection of prescription bottles.
Right.
On his desk.
Maybe he's got a prostate issue.
Just a strange subplot that didn't go anywhere.
Right.
Yes,
he's got
Flonase, or what else has he got in there? What's that shit that you had to for the swollen prostate?
He's probably got a heart, He's got blood pressure medication in there. It's probably just all like routine maintenance for an old guy.
All sorts of shit that a 70-year-old guy needs.
Yeah, exactly.
I get it. There's no Viagra at that point, but he's got the equivalent.
Yeah.
The 80s equivalent.
Yeah.
Just some sort of methamphetamine.
Exactly.
So Patrovita, he wants to know why this Brenner guy why you bounced around so much.
Right.
Kaminski / Brenner says moving around is safe when you don't have a group that can protect you.
Yeah.
Patrovita wants to know if you've killed anybody before. Kaminski says, yeah. More than one. Yeah, 3. You want names and addresses?
I love that the look. Like Patrovita takes this long look at him after he says that, and he's like, smart. I like. Smart ass. I don't.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I love the confidence of an old mob guy, because he kind of sort of came and he got in his face.
Oh, yeah.
Even though this dude would snap him in half, but he's like, you're not going to touch me. I'm like the Don.
Right. Well, if you touch me, you're not going to get out of the house alive anyway.
So Kaminski just sort of smirks at this. Patrovita tells him to leave so I can talk with Roca alone.
Right.
He's got as we said, he's got a confrontational interview style. That's not how you necessarily land jobs.
No.
By insulting the boss.
Nope.
After Kaminski leaves, Patrovita says, I'm still not sure about this Brenner. Tells Roca not to let him get too far in, not too far too fast.
Right.
Patrovita says, I want to see what he's made of. If he's no good, we'll use him for something dirty and then just dump him in the pit.
And that's kind of why I feel like even Roca from the beginning is even entertaining this. It's like he has no intention of getting rid of Max. It's just like, if this guy can be used for something that I don't want to touch, why not have him handy?
Kaminski is like getting in the high cotton now.
Yeah.
Totally. He's like getting in deep. So
totally.
Keller, he's running off a whole bunch of prints of the photo that he's taking with Brenner.
Kinko is paying like 10 cents a copy.
I feel like he was in the nightclub office running Xeroxes.
Yeah.
Why so many prints though?
Who's he handing them all out to?
The pictures were weird too. There was like no background.
And was it only the 2 of them? Like he cropped out Roca?
I don't know what happened.
It looked
here.
like he cropped out Roca so Roca couldn't be in the picture.
Yeah, it was odd.
I like the thought of like Max like at a table with like some scissors, like cutting and like pasting to make it
like Joker when he was cutting those pictures of Vicky Vale.
Yeah, exactly. Vicky Vale.
Hard to stay inside the lines. So now we are at a clothing store in the mall.
Right.
Monique is trying on outfits for Kaminski. He's saying all the right bullshit.
Oh, yes. I love this. It's my taste.
Great on you. Talking to how much he likes to watch her indecisively try on dresses. Every man's favorite activity.
Oh, no, this is fine. I'll sit right here. This is my favorite thing to do.
Meanwhile, Lemansky goons are just strolling through the mall and they spot Kaminski.
Yeah, they're like eating snacks and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like
I don't think they were there looking for him.
Or maybe they were, but they had been for some time. Like they
hit the
knew
food
he was
court?
at the mall.
How?
I don't have any.
I don't think that's
idea.
even possible. I'd like to imagine they were just in there to hit the Orange Julius or something, and then it's like, hey, look, it's that fucking guy.
I get the feeling that they were tailing him
and lost him, maybe
lost him, and they're like, let's go to the Sbarro.
We'll troll the mall until we find him.
We're gonna go hit the Panda Express.
Sbarro. Nice. An authentic Chicago slice from Sbarro. I don't know. They enter the store. They toss their food trash into the fountain that's in the store like a couple of fucking absolute animals.
It's another weird flex. It's like, fuck this store. Fuck this fountain. It's so weird.
Kaminski's like trying to buy the store from
She's
Monique.
like, I don't know which one to get. He's like, I'll get them both
Get
for
them
you.
both. The goons roll up. kiss her goodbye, shithead. What? He says, and then the music kicks in.
Yeah.
It's fucking killer, man. Kaminski tells the manager, I like this moment, call security. She's just kind of there like, and then Monique's like, dial, dipshit.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I like that.
There's some good lines in this scene.
I can't always tell if I dig Monique's style or not, but I kind of like a take charge woman.
She's funny.
So Kaminski just starts kicking ass.
Yep.
Monique's helping too. I like that. She like plucked the arm off a mannequin and just started wailing on one of the guys. She's got moxie, man.
It's a dude over the head with like a potted plant.
That shot where she swung the mannequin arm and like knocked stuff right into the camera lens was like a cool shot.
Yeah, I liked it.
There's the funny moment where the two like women shoppers in the store bump into each other and the one's like, out of my way, bitch.
I love that. That was so awesome. So awesome.
There's some good little
I wonder
laughs.
if that was like improv. Like if she was like, out of my way, bitch. So good.
It. Now, Kaminski tossed the one guy through the glass door.
Right.
Then he dunks the ringleader in the fountain. Kaminski and Monique run out of there with Monique like scooping up an armful of clothes.
The ever enterprising Monique. Like, it's so hard to find my size.
And this is another moment that Ebert singled out where he mentioned like, this dude had been thrown through a glass door. There's glass everywhere, and a guy laying out there in the walkway, and mall patrons are just stepping over him like he's not there.
Trash.
It's weird, man.
This is Chicago.
This the Chicago way.
It's a Chicago way. He pulls a knife, you pull a gun.
So at Patrovita's club, the Don and Roca, they're debating how are we going to recover our lost money and drugs. In the previous episode, I don't know if we mentioned, there was a big raid on one of his like stash houses, and he lost $100 million worth of shit.
Right. Drugs and money.
Yep. So there's a cleaning service hard at work. The logistics of this shit always like confuse me in movies. Like, does he hire like an evil cleaning crew, or is it just some cleaning crew, or is the hotel, the Allerton's cleaning crew?
That's a great question.
You don't just discuss this shit, though, in front of outsiders.
I feel like he probably owns the Allerton Hotel. Like,
he's got it like that.
That's probably not entirely true, because I doubt that Al Capone owned whatever hotel he was living in Untouchables.
But he'd like take out a floor of the hotel or something?
Exactly. Like a few suites of rooms.
I mean, it might be that sort of thing where the hotel's like, you wash our hands, we'll wash yours sort of thing. One hand washes the other. Like, you're renting out a floor, we'll clean up the basement for you.
Yeah.
But you would not be discussing your criminal conspiracies in front of the vacuum guy.
No.
Patrovita, he's referencing the mole that they have. Again, he said, I've been told by our mole that all the drugs and the cash are being stored at a police precinct, and that soon it's going to be moved away, so we're going to lose our window to steal it all.
Right.
Kaminski, who they don't really trust, has entered.
This is where
they're
he's
still talking
there
about all that shit in front of a guy they don't trust.
This is where Kaminski's sitting there drinking his mimosa.
It was either that or a screwdriver or like a tequila sunrise.
I want to believe that it's a mimosa.
Maybe it's just Sunny Delight.
He's
drinking that Sunny D. It's not the purple stuff.
The California style. Fuck that California style. Give me that Florida style, baby.
Anyway, Roca's trying to convince him this is a bad idea. Patrovita makes this offhand reference to $10 million worth of shit got stolen in New York last week, which I was like thinking, is that like a French Connection reference?
Interesting.
Because that was a thing where there was an inside job.
I feel like this movie makes a lot of references directly and indirectly to old movies.
Could be.
Whether it's because like
the script might have been on the shelf for 10 years.
Ways
for one.
that scenes are set up and things are very reminiscent of older classic movies.
True. So Roca, he's telling Patrovita, this is a pipe dream. It's going to be full of cops. It's at a police station.
Again, he's trying to be the Stringer Bell of the operation.
Yeah, he's like the wise, sage. So Kaminski chimes in, says, a bomb.
What?
Make a bomb threat. Basically, the building will be evacuated. The guys are skeptical that the police would buy it. Kaminski says, yeah, but not if you make them think there's a bomber out here that's like trying to blow up police stations. Patrovita turns his back and this huge grin spreads on his face.
This is the best idea Patrovita's ever heard. Finally, someone who gets it.
Someone who's as crazy as I am.
Maybe Patrovita's. I like that Patrovita's on like prednisone, and the prednisone's making him crazy.
I think he's at the end of his life cycle. He's like a hornet or a bee or something.
I just think that he's got like a nasty urinary tract infection or something. And, like the prednisone's just making him act erratic.
Could be his blood pressure's like bottomed out.
Just like fuck.
Cut
to aggressive.
So we cut to there's a couple of guys posing as vending machine stalkers entering this police station.
Gotta say the guy, the lead vending machine guy, great actor.
Dude, he was selling it. He was like method with his shit.
Totally believed him.
You guys bigger on potato or corn chips?
Guys down at the 6, they're not a big fan of the corn.
That's amazing to me. Yeah, he was selling the shit out of that ruse.
So good.
So the guy, he plants a bomb inside the soda machine.
It's like on a can of Fanta or some shit.
Yeah, with a 9-volt battery taped to it. And they skedaddle out of there.
Right.
Driving the Joe Walker Snacks Sales bread van.
SNAX.
Yes.
Of the Tom's company. Tom's representative.
So now we got the tense music builds until the bomb goes off. It blows out the windows of the building, but a fairly modest explosion, which I think was the point.
Yeah.
Later, Harry Shannon, who we haven't seen in a minute, he's surveying the damage with some forensics guys or ATF or whoever that would be.
Right.
Harry is saying it doesn't appear that the culprit intended much damage. I love him just inviting himself to the crime
I like
scene.
that the guy's like, what the fuck are you doing here, Harry? Like,
he's like, you invited yourself here to downplay the seriousness of it.
Right.
Then, you said the guy is like, points out the obvious. What the fuck are you doing here? And he's like, oh, I'm just here to confirm it's not a case for the FBI. Did you jot down what he said? He's like, I'm just hoping that some half-assed pro-life whale-loving terrorist didn't do this so the Bureau doesn't have to get involved.
I meant to take a note down that they're like making fun of Greenpeace. Yeah.
It's like on some Ronald Reagan shit, whale-loving terrorists. Who only a fucking hippie would love those whales.
How terrorists have changed.
Right? Now Baxter enters, and he and Harry start exchanging pleasantries. It's even more strange that Baxter's here. He's like a state's attorney or a U.S. attorney or some shit.
It doesn't make any sense that Baxter would be there at all.
Or does it?
Bum, bum, wah.
Anyway, Baxter, he's asking, what's the verdict? The forensic guy tells him, you guys need to get leave so we can work. Harry asks Baxter, how's the Patrovita case going? Baxter, he says, Patrovita, he's going to run out of options before we run out of patience. And then Harry says, I'm already out of patience.
Right.
He's got like a bad habit of tipping his hand.
Yeah, big time. It was the fury inside.
Like, I think of him at the scene where his son was dead. I want them all dead. They're dead. It's like, dude, this could be used against you later in court.
No one heard that, right?
So
he's a grieving father. Leave him alone.
Yeah. Baxter says, I thought you were off the case. And Harry says, I've got hours outside of work.
I never sleep, motherfucker.
Harry, shut up.
Yeah, exactly.
At the bare minimum, he's hinting that there's like some extrajudicial shit going on.
He should have just said, I was driving by on my way home from work.
Or I heard this happened. I wanted to make sure everyone's okay. I guess he's stationed in Chicago.
Yeah, that's sort of that's the vibe I got too.
Anyway, he's just like, the fact that he's here hinting that he's doing some shit off the books has the potential to wreck any legit case they could have against Patrovita. I get that he thinks he can trust this guy, Baxter.
Right.
But Baxter is literally the only possible mole that we've met so far.
Correct.
So anyway, Baxter cautions Harry, says, be careful. There might be wheels in motion that you don't know about. Harry says, my guess is whatever you've got working won't work.
Ooh.
Baxter says, we're doing all we can. And Harry says, well, that's what I'm doing.
That's what I'm doing too, man.
So Baxter says, hey, look, buddy, we just both want the same thing, justice. Fuck justice.
Which is exactly what you want to hear every law enforcement officer say.
It's amazing. I feel like in the real world, when all the dust is settled, Harry would definitely be in jail over what's happening here.
100%. Yeah.
You can't do this shit.
Well, yeah. You hope. Crimes of passion. You can't. Yeah, this is not how law enforcement works. But
anyway,
that's a discussion for episode 4.
Yes, I think we've wrapped this section up. But we'll be back.
A nice, neat little bow.
The movie's about to pick up steam. Yeah. So
Hold on to your asses.
Yeah, next week we'll take you a little bit farther.
We'll be back.
Once upon